This may surprise you, but we as a nation are just days away from another possible government shutdown. Ahead of the Friday deadline, there are growing threats from Senate Democrats to strike down the funding bill that includes money for the Department of Homeland Security, which includes ICE. That includes both of our senators from the state of Minnesota, and Danny talked to Senator Amy Klobuchar.
Once again, the federal government is on the brink of a shutdown.
In terms of the funding, there has to be change.
U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar says she will not vote for a spending bill this week, which includes $64 billion in Homeland Security funding, if Republicans do not agree to reforms around immigration enforcement.
What specifically would need to be in a DHS bill in terms of conditions for you to support it?
Well, first of all, I would like to see a major reduction in immigration enforcement funding. What they have done here just is unprecedented.
Klobuchar says she wants a reversal of the massive funding increase DHS and ICE got in the One Big Beautiful Bill, more training requirements, and mandatory body cameras.
We're going to need immigration enforcement in this country. We always have. And we need border control. That's a good thing. But the way they're doing it is completely out of hand. And that's why we should be able to use our vote to push for reforms and a complete overhaul of this agency.
Minnesota's other U.S. Senator Tina Smith is also a no vote.
I cannot support funding for an agency that is behaving against so many of the laws of our country.
Although Republicans control both chambers of Congress, they need Democratic votes in the Senate to overcome the filibuster. Democrats have suggested voting on DHS funding separately from other spending areas, but GOP Senate Majority Leader John Thune's office says they're moving forward as planned and hope Democrats can join them to avoid a shutdown. Thune also described border czar Tom Homan's visit to Minnesota as a positive development to cool tensions, although the White House continues to blame local officials for the crisis.
This tragedy occurred as a result of a deliberate and hostile resistance by Democrat leaders in Minnesota.
At the same time, President Trump spoke with both Governor Walz and Mayor Frey on Monday, and all agreed the conversations were productive.
What have your conversations been like with Republicans, with the White House? Do you see an offering here?
I've had a number of discussions with high-ranking people at the White House since this began. I mean, you have to. You got to stand your ground, but you also find common ground. So my hope is that the president's statement today, which of course could change at any time, is at least the first opening to de-escalate this and to have this never happen again to any other city.
Danny Spiewak, KARE 11 News.
And as for that funding bill, Democrats say they support all of it except for the part about DHS funding. If there's no agreement on that by the end of Friday, a partial shutdown could start at 12:01 a.m. Saturday. I'll be right back.